Hey, you guys, it is me. Let me get this a little bit more situated. Okay, hopefully we're good here. So, I just wanted to come in and bring you guys the Libra reading, which is great because it's the Libra sun right now. And we're also in the Libra moon. In fact, we're in a Libra new moon. So first of all, happy solar return. Happy birthday to all of the Libras. Happy birthday month. Happy birthday season. However you want to think about it or call it. I feel like we're ready. I feel like, whoo, yeah. We're ready for this weekend. We're ready for this new moon. We may feel really unsure about things in this moon, and even though we're in our own sign, but we know that we're doing the right thing overall. We know kind of we're figuring things out slowly but surely. We have this connection. So it's kind of a peaceful, calm, you know, kind of balanced sort of thing. And it is kind of hopeful and fun and romantic and, you know, mysterious, a little bit of that flirty energy, that unspoken, you know. This isn't a time to like sit down and do those heavy discussions with people. No, this is a time to, you know, again, get along. You know, you may, don't take the restless energy too far and get going this weekend for this new moon, you know, and overindulge and stuff like that. But, you know, you might be making new friends. You might be getting deeper with old friends. Okay? You might be processing change from lessons that you've learned recently from people in your life. Okay? And before I get into this reading, we are going to take every oracle card that I have right now. If you're interested in gifting tarot cards to me, check out my Amazon playlist. It's in the description box below, along with a bunch of other stuff. Hold your vision. Hold it, be with it. Love it, live it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it when you think about it, when you're holding it. If you're not enjoying your vision, it's not the right vision. Obviously. Wow. You got some very interesting energies here. Okay, it's a little back and forth. It's a little airy, shall we say? No, it's like, oh, you might have thought you really got somewhere. Like you were maybe a little bit overconfident in thinking that you had got somewhere, and then same old again. I thought we were past this. I really thought we were past this, and this might be like your last straw. You know, like I feel like there's some hurt here. But then we pull the relationship harmony. So that's awesome. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Okay, so I think that's really interesting that we just pulled this right after I was discussing how this was coming across. Okay, so that's very promising. And the first card was a judgment card. So again, you got somewhere. You're feeling like almost like everything in your life is so great. If it wasn't just this one thing, and it's the one thing that almost you want the most, you know, there's a blockage. You know, whether it's somebody, your partner, you know, working too much, seeing somebody else, treating you in a bad way, abusing substances, addictions, gambling, who knows, you know, like could be so many different things. But people are getting caught up, and we have to understand that the things that we are talking about in these videos can really help people. It can help that person. It can help everybody around that person. It can help really the whole world. So we have to remember that. We have to keep that in mind. It's almost like we've got two dreamers here that are really focusing intently on, you know, something they're holding in their hand, and it's like you have the whole world in your hands. And if you could save the world, how would you do it? That's really what you should be asking yourself every single day right now, because the world needs us to step up. The world needs us to not be selfish. The way to heal yourself and get out of depression, is to help others. I feel like you've made huge strides, perhaps perhaps in getting over things, depression, heartache, toxicity. Again, you thought that you were so good, but again, it's always a day-to-day thing, and we forgive ourselves just as we forgive our loved ones, you know, and we know we have this unconditional love. We know we are like this depth of empathy, you know, and what are we going to do with it? Well, you know, actually we're going to change the world is what we're going to do. People don't know how powerful, you know, like an empath is, or somebody who has this power to go within and change themselves first, and then it does change the world. Like, don't like have, I'm getting a lot of that right now. Like, which is makes sense because, you know, Libra, it's all about like people, partnerships, social, and it's about the collective. It's not just about relationships between a few certain numbers of people. It's about the relationship and the consciousness between us all when it comes right down to it, when you look at it on a big scale. And it is about finding this harmony, and, you know, it is about neighborhoods and community and spreading love it's all about the community. It's all about, like, that's the only way that government should be, and that's a whole nother issue. Okay, but we're gonna get into this because this is very, very, very interesting. Okay, so I'm looking at, oh, we still have to do this. Okay, I'm focused, guys. I'm in the zone. Chakra clearing, lovely, love it. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. And, you know, chakras are not some big mysterious thing. Like, chakras are basically just balancing everything out. You balance all of the elements, all of your energies. It's your mind, your mental, it's your emotional energies, it's your physical and different physical energies that we may have. A lot of depth to that, of course. And then there's like your more like spiritual and enlightened higher mind sort of things. And it's all connected. And if it's all flowing, it's all flowing, and you don't even have to memorize them all. Oh, I got a pet fly again. So don't think that it's some big mystery. You know what I mean? Okay, and we are not going to actually pull an animal card right now. We're just going to kind of jump back into this reading. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and clarify this judgment card and get into this and what we've kind of been, this is like the recent past. So what has been kind of going on here recently. You know, there have been obstacles, but there's been overcoming. There's been an acknowledgement of the overcoming, and we're it's like we're listening to our angels. We're coming to a higher place, and then we get the Sun card. That's amazing. We get the Judgment, and then the Sun card. Again, I feel like there's been a lot of progress here, a lot of growth, a lot of learning, a lot of, you know, maybe you've been doing some inner child healing work inadvertently, or maybe you not inadvertently. Maybe you've been on YouTube. Ooh, I'm throwing cards all over the place. Again, this is very like, air is just, it flows. It can flow very, very fast sometimes. And we were supposed to have storms. They actually bumped up the football game to 5 instead of 7:30. I was gonna go, but too early for me to walk the dog and all this stuff. Anyway, great time for inner child work, okay? It's gonna light up your world even more than your world has been lit up. Holy shit. It's almost like, wow, things have been like really, really amazing for you, is kind of what I'm getting. And you have been focused, and you have been, like I said, growing so much. And you know, you've got like, I mean, you're dealing with shit that used to hurt you more, and that's how you really know that you've grown. And it's making you so happy to feel that way, to have that confidence and feel that you've grown, because you're, like I said, you're able to handle things that you used to maybe would freak out, and now you're learning this new way, you know, to be emotionally secure and to kind of, I'm seeing like, make yourself happy. You know, you're leaning on yourself was honestly exactly what you need to be doing right now. So congratulations on that. And it's like, I'm kind of getting this feeling maybe like this was like a few weeks ago, you were really in the zone. I don't know, we'll see. And then maybe you started missing some signs, and, you know, maybe you kind of got in your head. I'm getting some power stuff here. Is there a power imbalance? Okay, a lot of, yeah, A lot of stuff going on, a lot of passion, but it's also kind of like you don't know where it's going. Could be going here, could be going there. You know, are you coming or are you going? You know, like make up your mind, okay? It's like we're feeling like really, really great, even though things were really, really busy, and then something happened. But when that something happened, then it just caused us to go within. So you're doing the right thing here, you know, by using that holy shit. And not only are you going within and doing like your shadow work and your inner child healing, or, you know, you need to, again, this is a confirmation or a sign, you know, to do it, whatever, or both. Because you're also coming in and learning how to manifest like really, really well. You're learning how to take what you already have and make it better. Poof. You're like a witch. You can just like sweep up, you know, oh, this old thing, this old room. And then after you're done tidying up, it's like, wow, this place is shining and cozy and it's a home and it's just lovely. You know what I mean? It's up to you. You're the one who creates all of these things. You create reality for so many people. You are like a rock. You know what I mean? You've got to show up. You've got to show up for yourself. You can't be waiting for other people to show up for you. Don't have a bunch of expectations for other people. You just will focus on your shadow work, and then other people will come and follow through with the things that you maybe always had wanted from people. You know, but it's like you're not going to get it by asking for it in the wrong way. You know what I mean? And you need to have that self-assurance and that self-fulfillment and that understanding of the law of attraction. Check out my law of attraction playlist. Understanding of the shadow work. Check out my shadow work playlist. And now for a limited time, we have the program that I have, which is kind of an explanation of the whole thing for free right now on my playlist as well. So check those out, like I said, while you can, for free. Okay? So we're looking at our lives. A lot of this Virgo energy that we've been in these past couple weeks has really kind of, okay, well, we're processing it in our own Libra way, you know, and it's like we want to just kind of balance things out. You know, there might have been a shift in the balance, and it really needed, maybe this summer was crazy for people, you know, some of us, and we just needed to balance out really bad. And, you know, I'm not sure if we're there or not. It might be a process. But you got to keep your eye on the prize. Don't get, you know, distracted by shiny things. Make sure that you find that balance and you find that steadiness that can take you. You know, even though you're this air sign, you need to kind of have, you know, that plan as to what you're going to do, where you're going. You know, what are you doing all of this work for? You know what I mean? Like, how is your life actually going to be? Got to wrap your mind around it, because we know that our mind leads us, and you know, you got to kind of look at two sides of everything to see how you're going to feel in that moment. What are you going to really think then? What's really going to happen then? You know, it's like you don't have to go through every single detail, but the feelings that you get when you think about these things in regards to, you know, your manifestations. Think about the details. What do you need to prepare for? What do you need to do? How are you going to feel? Think about the little things. Okay. And remember, you know, it's a dance. It's a dance. Everything is a dance. Don't get caught up too far in the clouds. Okay? It's kind of telling you to stay kind of down to earth right now. And check in with your emotions, because it's going to help you stay in touch with this whole new, you know, like vision of where you're going. And, you know, the best thing to do is also to go ahead and do some of the inner child work and the healing work, like I was just saying, because, you know, we really do, we all have a long journey ahead. We all do. And we can, you know, the more work we do, the better we're going to handle it. So it's almost like if you want to, it's like working at a job, okay? If you want to show up for your coworkers, you want to do a good job, because you know that it's going to suck for you if you fuck up and you don't. So you do a good job because you have an incentive. Well, your incentive for this right now, I'm feeling, is like just not like necessarily, well, everybody's doing it. But again, it's this energy of you want to show up. You want to show up for your loved ones, whether it's your family, your friends, your significant other, twin flame, soulmates, whatever. All of the above. You want to be able, the better you go inward, the more you go inward, the better, you know, the more the work you do, the better work you do, the faster, you know, you're going to go higher, the faster you're going to have better relationships, the faster you're going to have everything you want. the finer things in life, for sure. Okay? The work is going to pay off if you just do it. Okay? That's the hard part. It's hard only because it's to get started. You know, there's so many other things to do. Oh, you know, we have life happening. But if you want long-term success and not just like, oh, what feels good in the moment, if you want to really learn some lessons, you know, learning these lessons may not always feel good. It may not always feel good, but in the long term, it's going to feel amazing. And in the long term, you will know. Like, you will know exactly what the fuck happened. It's going to be marked. I've been doing the law of attraction for 15 years, and then I found out about, like, I don't know, twin flame side of it, and all of a sudden, bam, things be changing. Got a new job, got into union, got, you know, whole new relationship dynamics, like, can just deal with anything, you know, tolerate, not that I would tolerate anything, no. You know, all of a sudden, I've got boundaries, you know, not to say I've been a doormat for, you know, 10 years or more, but I kind of have, you know, and I'm realizing with that, and I'm honestly dealing with that right now. And that's the only reason why I'm not with my partner every single weekend, is because I'm actually putting the brakes on it. I'm actually setting the boundaries. He's told me, he's thinking about really wanting to go public with this, and he always wants to see me. He's always checking in with me every morning. I'm like completely pulling back at this moment. Not completely, of course. Like, that would not be, you know, I'm doing what honors myself in every moment. And I think that's part of the big thing about staying balanced too, is honoring yourself and not letting yourself get thrown off base too much. You know, you're very flexible, you're very go with the flow, I think, as an air sign. But, you know, you also have this other person, you know, that you have to kind of, it's like, if you're gonna get back to, it's almost like if you're gonna get back together, if you're gonna really do this, if you're gonna start this, you got to realize what a big, again, you kind of have to wrap your mind and your emotions around the truth as it's coming. It's all about processing your humongous ass new beginning. And I guarantee you, at this point in time, whenever you're watching this, you don't even know all of it. You don't even know all the wonder and the beauty that's coming, and the purity and the wholesome. You don't know how good it's going to be. You still don't know that. Of course, we never know that. We're only limited. We're limited, you know, in any given moment. But, you know, we are connected. And I feel like this whole new beginning for you does have to do with a very close relationship. Again, it doesn't have to be like necessarily your significant other. I mean, I feel like the word significant other, it's one of those things. It's like third party, you know, it's like whatever it is for you. It doesn't have to be sexual. So whatever is the most significant relationship, you know, in your life. And, you know, sometimes that just is honestly dealing with ourselves. Like, if you're in that space still where you need to really just work on yourself, like so bad, then yeah, that's just looking at yourself in the mirror, which is what we all need to do first, really, anyway. It just helps us to come across so, you know, balanced, which always is something that, you know, I think Libra is always kind of striving for that, whether you realize it or not, you know. But your influence right now is also affecting the world, you know. So you are, I think there's an extra spotlight on you right now. There's an extra highlight. And so the more work you do, I'm getting this inner child work. The more inner child work you do, the more shadow work you do, the better, you know, you're going to be at shining your light and delivering it to people. You know, we have many different ways in which we can help the world. Many of us have numerous things, numerous missions, numerous things that we can do to help the world, and we should be trying to do them all. If we think that anything that we can do will raise the vibration of this earth and beyond, then we should do it. It's an obligation, I feel like, at that point. So really, I think that's what a lot of it is. You know, once you realize that you are important, once you realize that your energy actually really does affect the energies around you and intermingles with other people's, and really that you, especially if you're a twin flame, especially if you're spiritual and have really, you know, again, pure intentions for the world, then you're, that's going to spread. And if you carry it around with you and spread it around throughout the day, if you put that intention out there, you can make that happen. It's like magic. Whatever you say, whatever you think, so put the best intentions and just say, throughout my day, as I do this, as I work, as I do this, I'm giving off all my good vibes are going to help the world. But, you know, just set these support your life with these great intentions of where the life supports you and you support life back. It's all about the giving. When you give, you receive. Okay? That's what this is. You give to yourself as well. You have to pay attention to yourself. Okay? This is like, okay, yeah, you might have a person that you're intertwined with and everything, but don't be obsessed with them. I know you have a deep connection, but don't be obsessed with them. You're obsessed only ever with yourself. Only ever with yourself. You're obsessed with yourself. You are never overcompensating. You are following through, and you are showing up for yourself, and you are honoring yourself. And when you do that type of thing, when you set that energy, other people will meet you on the same wavelength because you show them how to treat yourself. It's just as simple as that. It's not a mantra. It's not saying it. It's actually doing it. So when you know better, you do better. That's how you get a new world, is not by, oh, poof, it just happened to me. It's not the stars are bringing it. This isn't just coming down from the heavens and raining on us all. Although we do have lots of blessings coming, but this is the work that we're doing. This is going within, going higher and higher and higher into our higher self. If you get your holistic shit right, you will go higher naturally. It's like our bodies and everything together, our energies are a vehicle for us to rise through consciousness and evolve. That's why we keep our bodies pure. That's why we don't eat meat. That's why we relax and we pamper and we meditate and we get enough sleep and we drink enough water. That is why we holistically care for ourselves. Okay, to go really ultimately to go higher, because I don't know what kind of spiritual beliefs you guys have, but I am 100% sure that our reason on earth, is to live and love and be here and experience and grow and learn, but it's all connected to this enlightenment thing. Okay, we're going somewhere and it's gonna be awesome. I'm just gonna say that much. Okay, so in order to get here, in order to have this big change, it's coming because we're going within, we're going higher. Okay, we're getting hierophant. We're doing the inner child healing work. We're going and doing the switch work, the switch program. And again, we're doing this for everything. Because we know that when we show up on our side, that's when other people show up as well. That's when the follow through comes. That's when you get what you want. That's when you start to be a good manifester. And it's always because you're in line with the good of the universe. You want what's best for everyone, so the universe can jive with you. That's how you keep clear. That's how you always have this protective, positive light. It's always this light. It's always this love. It's always the best thing for every single person on earth and beyond. Always the best. You always have that higher mind. You are helping to create this new world, this new heaven on earth. Okay, you've got so many beautiful cards, and I'm feeling like you are so enlightened right now, and I just really hope that this, is meaning something for you, because when you have, I feel like this is all about your mission. I feel like either your mission is your little baby right now, and it's growing, or maybe it's massive already, and you're taking care of it. But nurture your dreams and your ideals and let them guide you. You're marching to the beat of your own drum, and you're not going to be following the masses of what everybody else is doing. And you know what? It can be tempted to kind of, let's do this to fit in. Let's learn about this to fit in. Let's talk about that. Be able to hold a conversation about this. You don't have to be interested in the things that they're interested in. You don't have to pretend, and you don't have to, I don't want to say stoop to their level, but you don't have to engage in all of that small talk. You can find other ways to connect with people. You got to write your own rules since you're on this path. You have to really, like I said, you're the lead. You are guiding the show here. Again, and the more you go within, the more better you're going to be at the manifestation piece. And the bigger you shine your light for yourself, the bigger you're going to be able to shine it for other people. So again, we have this purity of intention, purity of mind. In as much as I am, wishing goodness for myself, I hope that it's multiplied to others. This type of thinking, just knowing that we're just knowing that we're going through the process of learning how to do the law of attraction better. Again, check out the playlist, Holistic Law of Attraction. Get rid of the lack mentality. Definitely sensing on some aspects, and we all have it, but the shadow work is going to help us to kind of alleviate that problem. The shadow work will basically help with every problem. It's just healthy. Again, inward and outward. Higher and higher, deeper and deeper. You are so divine. And I feel like you are having some visions now. It might be flashes, or it might be like whole visions coming to you about what is coming in your future. And I feel like this is something that is going to be happening to you over the next couple of weeks. Perhaps in your dreams, perhaps in daydreams, just maybe when you're driving and you get a flash of something just in your mind. Pay attention again to the things that flash up for you. And if you're getting these visions, you may want to explore them, because what I'm seeing is, if you look really closely here, this is one of these cards. You see how you can actually see that? You can see the shadow side. Okay, so this is about bringing your shadow side to light. Again, if we needed any more confirmation to do your shadow work, this is awesome. And I thank the Great Spirit for bringing these messages in so clearly and beautifully and vividly around this time. And I just hope and pray that people, are going to be able to see this and learn from it and heal from it, because that is what I'm here for. And I know that it works. So just take a leap of faith and just go to the shadow work playlist and do it. Just go look at your innermost thoughts, your judgiest thoughts, and start there and get kind of a process for it. And then you can go even deeper, into whatever you need to, whether it's more inner child work or more shadow work. It just kind of depends on the person. It depends on the time. It's just a really great mode for, I think, again, healing yourself and then helping to heal the entire world and beyond, like I said. Okay, so again, when we're clearing our own energy, when we're getting our own energies correct, it will actually help balance people's around us. And, different areas have different energies, but some energies are very needing of energy. Maybe if it's a energy poor, if it's a low vibration energy. But then also, even if you're around an area that might have a vortex or like a more positive vibration as a whole, some of these awakened cities start to pop up, and even with those, all you're doing is making it stronger, so it goes around the globe, it goes everywhere, so everybody, the collectives, can experience it. So just as much as you can, just try to stay in the vibration of being in your higher mind. You know what this is, you know what it's like, you know what you're doing when it comes to the spiritual stuff, I believe. And don't just wrap your mind around it, but feel it and let yourself really do all of the levels of healing, from the inner and the outer child. So your physical, your base level healing, and then also the inner child work is a great focus right now. Again, shining. It's just, you're doing so much good, and it's what you really should be doing. And by doing this and by focusing on the right things right now, you will really, really, really be rewarded. Take my word for it. Okay, because that is what I'm being channeled right now. So again, thank you. I hope you're having a great time in this new moon weekend. I feel like that's really all I have for you. Just thank you for bringing your energy, and thank you for being here. And definitely, like I said, check out my playlist. You can find all the info, KlaireeBerry.com, or in the description box below. You can find me all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. I think that's about it. So yeah, again, thanks. I will see you very soon. Be sure to check out other videos. You can, again, watch your Venus, you can watch your moon, your cusp, your ascendants, you can watch your north nodes and your south nodes, you can just watch your friends and your family, or just anything that comes on if you just want to learn and get the message. Honestly, there's a lot of wisdom in every single video, so you don't necessarily always have to wait And certain things can speak to you at different times as well. Like I've noticed just randomly clicking on certain videos, like, and wow, it happens to be the moon is in Virgo and I just clicked on a Virgo video or something like that. You know, just stay open to the signs and open to, here, let me tell you this story real fast before we go. So I never buy lottery tickets, okay? I think I've bought like one when maybe I turned 18, you know, and then later I just never bought them, like not even the little dollar ones, you know, maybe for fun with a friend once or twice. But then like by myself, and my kids were like, they knew that I never bought shit like that. But one time they were about 6 and 7, something like that, and we were at the grocery store and we were checking out, and I just happened to look over, and it was almost like, I think they talk about this in The Secret too, where like I think I meant to talk about this in a video I started the other day about like how I knew about the law of attraction and like my first steps with the law of attraction. So I'll have to see if I can redo that video. But basically it was a lottery ticket that just like flashed at me. It was like glowing almost in a inner way, you know? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy the ticket, you know, I'm gonna buy the ticket. I bought the ticket for like $1 and $150. That's like literally one out of maybe 2 or 3 times that I've ever bought a lottery ticket. So it was like, oh, I'll do it. And I did it. I followed through. If I'd have never have done that, I would have never felt this whole connection. It's not even about the $50. You know what I mean? It's about having this connection. So yeah, check out the other video on that if you want to hear, because I am going to do that, what the other kind of things that first happened when I first started doing the law of attraction. And not even when I first started doing the law of attraction, but even before. Like, it's like, wow. It's great stuff. And I would love to hear other people. So I think having a central spot for that will be good. But anyway, I will let you guys go. Hope you're doing great. Again, hopefully you have a wonderful weekend. And again, happy birthday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.